everybody. Welcome to the show. You are here on the Qtr Sports Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Kevlar. Treat them swell. And yes, I try to treat them well. Joined with me, as always, the Kick Step King, Coach Abe, and Mr. Diamond Dirty D for life. Fellas, what it is, what it ain't. How are we doing tonight?
Week 0, baby. Week 0.
You said it. That was what I was going to get into first, actually. Thank you, Abe, for doing my job. Man, we are 5 days away from Florida State and Georgia Tech. Never thought I'd be so excited to watch Georgia Tech game. Now, and I will say, I was at the game where they beat Florida. I was at the ACC championship where they played in North Carolina, and I was also at the next game they played against each other where Florida State kicked a field goal and Georgia Tech ran it back. So this rivalry, or conference matchup has known in the past to get a little thick, you know what I mean? They start getting at each other a little bit. So
they have had some classic games over time since Florida State joined the ACC back in the day with the Joe Hamilton battles. One of our classmates, Mr. Kelly Campbell, being on some of those teams going back and forth. Georgia Tech could never get over the hump. And when you least expect the team that you did least that didn't have as much talent as those Joe Hamilton teams, they end up beating Florida State. So it's something, like you say, quirky goes on in these games all the time, and they're playing over in Ireland, so we can imagine what might go on.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely want to point out a couple of kids that I crossed paths with in the Georgia Little League football that will be playing in this game in Dublin. Harsh Lockett played with a good friend of mine, Brandon Morton's team, when he had the Atlanta Ducks. Eric Singleton, he was a trainee of Hilt Route King Alexander, who also played at Welcome All Park.
Welcome all, fan.
Yes, sir. And Cam Davis, who's a true freshman running back for Florida State, out of Albany, Georgia. But we did get to play when I was coaching with Route King a few years back. He was playing with the Albany Seahawks. Great 2-star athlete, man. 2-sport athlete. I'm sorry. Baseball and football. Huge running back, man. He a real specimen. With shouts out to them, man. And I'm looking forward to watching them boys get on the field this weekend.
There you go. Real quick before we go on, Welcome All Park. How long ago was that?
That was maybe
Don't you
8 or 9 years ago, maybe 8 years ago.
Don't fall for his foolishness.
No, I was. Never mind. We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. JJ McCarthy, man, for the Vikings, out for the season with a torn meniscus. What do you know?
Well, this is what happens in camp. This is why some of the CBA that they sign in the NFL, that they don't want to practice so hard, they don't want to do certain things and so forth. And you always see these things. I don't know what it is. It's like we discussed, is it the field turf that they playing on now? Is it, they training too hard, the nutrients they put in their body. It seems like during preseason, something always happened to key players. And it's just not him, it's around the league. Each team, one of their main cause or their main bullets in their gun go down to injury. It has never failed. And just hoping the team that you cheer for during this time, you don't lose anyone. And as you see, we'll get into it when we talk about the Falcons here. But it's reasons why you be like, why these kids, hey, why these guys are not playing in the preseason. And this is one of the reasons why.
Yeah, definitely tough blow to them. But luckily, they have Sam, I am the man Darnold, who I think was gonna start anyway. So, you know, terrible injury for the kid. I wasn't sure if I think they were saying at first when he tore his meniscus that he wasn't going to be out for the season, but I guess when they looked more into it, they determined that he would be. But like I say, tough blow for him. I wish him well, wish him a speedy recovery. But Minnesota is in QB hell right now, and with your starter being Sam Darnold, that just show you where they at. You know, he a journeyman in the league, and he probably ain't been in the league but maybe 5-6 years.
To Sam Darnold, he didn't play bad in L.A. When he got to the Panthers, we know what the Panthers are. The Panthers won 2 games last year. You know, you can't fully put it on Sam Darnold. He was a middle-of-the-road quarterback at L.A.
We'll touch on that because in that draft, you know, you have some quarterbacks in there. It's just, we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm. All right. I had to throw this one in there. Red Sox player Jarren Duran has the top-rated jersey sales in the MLB after anti-gay slur.
Lord, why does he do this to us all the time? This man here is just,
it's news. It has to be talked about.
Go ahead.
It has to be talked about. For those who don't know, this man called a fan a British cigarette. I'm going to say that, and you can do with that what you want. Go look it up if you want.
Great job. I commend you. Great job. Continue.
Yes, British cigarette. Just if you want to know, go look it up. But man, he called a fan that word, and now his sales are through the roof for he has the #1 jersey in the MLB right now. Hey, what do you think of that, man?
I'm not gonna speak too much on it, man. It's a tough way to get your jersey sales up, but the Red Sox need some kind of good publicity. But this is not actually good for them.
Remember, they're in Boston. Bostonians. That's a word that they frequently use.
This is true. And I'm sure that the Bostonians, everybody up there, were cool with it, and that's where the most of his jersey sales coming from. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm never gonna say that I've never used the word, that I didn't use it maybe 2-3 days ago, but you know, I think with all the limelight on you comes great responsibility, and being responsible is not calling a fan who spends their money to come to see you, whether it's a home or away game, a gesture like that. So, that's
agreed.
It's amazing that it's a fan, we know, but it's things that are said on.
Take off the N, add the G. No.
Listen, it's things that are being said on the field anyway. We said some derogatory things to each other ourselves when we were playing these sports and doing things, and we hear a lot. So that's amazing how certain jerseys and these things, when somebody does something like that, it goes up, because you got to think, when it was somebody else coming out talking about their sexuality, they jersey fly off the thing. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of the day, whatever. So it's you know what I'm saying, tit for tat, and you would say, hey, it is what it is. It's the life we live now.
All right. On to the next. Former Texas and Alabama wide receiver Ajee Hall pleaded no contest and received 18 months of probation after being caught with 40 pounds of weed that he is suspected of using his NIL money to buy.
I was just about to say this got NIL. I was just about to say this got NIL check written all over it. A young man who probably come from, some part of the world in a hood or something like that, who got connections, and it's disappointing, man, because we gotta we have to think of more positive ways to get money, so to speak. Now he is getting paid basically to play college football with an NIL deal. And now I know he might have homeboys in the hood who he needed to get money, do they want to help or whatever. But this wasn't the way to do it, especially if you gonna not be smart and get yourself caught. So luckily he ain't get no jail time, and luckily it was just weed, which is not as frowned upon these days as it has been. Because if he was in Texas, is it legal? It's not legal in Texas. Am I right?
No, but on the federal level, which 40 pounds would be a federal offense. D, I'm going to learn you something here.
Sir, wait a minute. I already know. You ain't got to teach me nothing. Just because I don't indulge in these type of activities, I do know the underworld life, sir. I don't know why you don't think.
Well, I'm going to learn you something real quick. Getting caught with 40 pounds is the same charge as getting caught with 1 pound. So that's where he got lucky.
Yeah, so
that's where he got lucky. If he would have had pills, say Xanax, each pill is its own felony.
Yeah, you got to think the trafficking aspect also.
Because distribution comes on top of it. You get a charge for distribution for having stuff in different bags. He's lucky they didn't throw it at him because his bond was only $500.
And it's probably a little seasoning on there too, because
I think he snitched.
No. When they realized, who he played for, a little seasoning. Coach Satan need to be ashamed. He'd be ashamed of you, son. And there you go. We'll see.
All right. 2 more things before we get on to the real topics of the night. Fellas, I have some bad news and some good news. The #1 streaming site on the Kev network has been seized by Homeland Security.
No!
Yep, they put out a statement, though. Our streams will never go offline. We have more decoy streams than you could imagine. We have a self-replicating private server. We have more domains than Apple and Google combined. So they posted it on their Twitter. So it ain't like it's just a secret. Also, the good news for you guys is while we're waiting on this site to come back up, I've got a backup. It was the original one that I used. It got seized, and now it's back.
Oh, my God. Okay.
This just happens in the world of streaming. So we don't have to touch on that. I just wanted to let you know.
You need to send that now, like mid-conversation.
ASAP. We need to have that going. Let's go. Immediately. We don't need no help.
All right. The last one I got here, this one I just thought it would kind of be fun. What athlete deserves a redo? What? The word deserve isn't the word I want to use. What athlete would you like to see again? Maybe have a second chance, or you just want to relive, what their career?
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose. Can't tell you. That's interesting. D-Rose.
Well, I'll go ahead and go while you're thinking, D. What about Aaron Hernandez?
Okay.
That's an interesting. I'm just trying
to take away the murder. If he would have, because the kid was good in college, a good player.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Michael Vick. Michael Vick. Yeah, Michael Vick.
You got any ex-cons you want to choose, D or Abe?
Ex-con?
Nah, I said D Rose.
You said D Rose.
He had some. He was prime. D Rose was
a monster.
Was a monster, and he had some tough injuries.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of led to his demise. So I definitely would have liked to see him without those injuries and how he would have panned out.
D, you still thinking?
No, I said Michael Vick.
Okay. Looked like you had something on your mind.
And I was trying to think in boxing, but he was so dominant. Before he went to jail, if we just could have seen if he would have kept going, Mike Tyson, what that would have been, before the jail time and then trying to come back, because Kev, it was like a murderer's row with him. Like you talking about, we and Abe can attest to this too. We was hyped as kids to see Mike Tyson. We didn't know nothing. We knew names. You know what I'm saying? It was Mike Tyson, Kid Dynamite. Before it was Iron Mike, it was Kid Dynamite. And then he came Iron Mike Tyson. And it was just like, whoa, this guy here. And even when he lost to Buster Douglas, it was like, what? He lost to Buster Douglas, and he was still the baddest man on the planet. First ever boxer I know of getting his hands registered as deadly weapons back in the day. So yeah, I would say them too. Michael Vick being because he was here in Atlanta, how the city just was, honestly, you could say that was our Michael Jordan, Deion Sanders 2.0, the shoes, the city, the culture, the Falcons selling out, being on TV every week. Some of the decisions he made off the field, some of the Falcon organizations, we was primed to start building a team around us to get a Super Bowl here. At that time, it was every Sunday was hyped to go to a Falcons game when he was here. They was on TV on Maine, everything, Monday night, Sunday night, 4:00 games. It was something to see if you didn't experience it live in person. Me having the opportunity to see him play, having season tickets for that year after he broke, coming back from the broken leg and seeing him do some things, man, it was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable time here.
There we go. All right, fellas. On to tonight's topics. Now, I did not have time to get the layovers in, so we are just going to raw dog it tonight. All right. Tua Tagovailoa has called out Brian Flores, the recently fired offensive coordinator, basically saying, in the article, to sum it up the best, he basically says, after being told you suck every day by your coach, you start to believe it. He said Flores pretty much did nothing but talk down on him. And it took the work of Mike McDaniel to come in there and, kind of steer Tua straight. Now, Coach A, being a coach, have you encountered folks of that coaching style that, instead of lifting a player up, they do nothing but tear them down? There's a difference between being hard on them and just beating a dead horse.
Yeah, if you break them down, you definitely got to build them back up. But it's so different with Little League which I've coached the majority of the time, versus you telling a grown ass man who making millions of dollars who's playing for you and your organization, who you're hired to. Was he the DC or the OC? DC, right?
DC.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
DC.
Flores.
He was the DC,
But
right?
no,
Yeah.
he was the head coach of Miami, y'all. That's Brian Flores. Head coach.
Yeah, he was the DC, the defensive coordinator, right?
No, he was the head coach at Miami, remember? And then he the DC now, but he was a head coach at Miami. Remember when all the controversy started?
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, for me, that's not the way you motivate any player, whether they're young or old, man. Especially when you getting paid in this league to make your team, your players, your organization successful. It's just a black eye for him because he already been in news for other issues that weren't positive, and he was given another chance by teams in the league to come in because they felt like he still had some good coaching skills to offer. But for me, man, that's just not what you do. And you telling the guy that who doesn't suck. He's probably one of the top, I give it 10 best QBs in the league. 10. Yeah, he probably top.
Yeah.
Right around in there somewhere. But it's just unfortunate, man, because like I said, he has been in there for negativity. I know him and another organization had it out. But just to tell a grown man that, and it has to be hard on Tua's confidence as well, and when you saying that to players who on your team, you never know what kind of hidden agendas that the coaches or whatever they doing, man. It's just not a good look for a team. Coaches and players are supposed to be together, and tearing that man down and not building him back up is just not a good coaching attribute. If you're gonna do one, you definitely gotta do the other because you want that kid, you want that player. I don't want to say kid, I'm just so used to the league. You want that player to want to play for you. But whether you be cool with them, whether you be strict with them, whether you be however, at the end of the day, you want them to be able to or want to run through a brick wall for you. And that's not, I'm sure defensive guys didn't like that, and is he still there now?
No, Flores, he gone. He's the DC at the Vikings, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I believe this might be his second year in Minnesota.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right. So, good riddance to him, man. I know that had to be a burden lifted off Tua, and hopefully he don't go over there telling the young quarterback that, telling Sam Darnold that, and I'm sure with teams knowing that now that he did that, it will make people and organizations watch him. Like Minnesota, they're gonna watch what he's saying to these offensive players or whatnot. And later on down the line, does he get a job somewhere else after these two? So I wish him best of luck, but that's definitely not how you coach players.
Well, what you're saying that Flores was already in controversy with the racial type thing going on down in Miami with the owner and so forth. And if you go back and look at this is when the Deshaun Watson thing was going on also, because you had them wanting to get Watson in. He was saying he didn't want Watson. He toured this, that, and so forth. But also, this is when you have players when a coach doesn't want you as his quarterback. And the development of players, I don't care where you go. If the staff don't match the player will not be successful. I don't care where you go and how talented. And then that's why you see when you get a player type, a coach that can coach to the skills of the player, you see them flourish. You follow me? Everybody was saying Tua was a bust, so forth and so on, and all along is the staff that's around him. You don't realize it when everybody says these players, and that's across the, especially basketball and football, I would per se. You know what I'm saying? When they say they buzz, they were high draft picks and whatever. And all have seen it, you know, when they got the Tyreek Hill, when they got the Jalen Waddle, when they start putting players in place and whatever. Look at his stats, look at the touchdown. You keep him upright, he can play football. You know what I'm saying? And you put weapons around him. We look from time to time, majority of these minority quarterbacks that are in the league with talent, with themselves, with athleticism, they don't put as much talent around them, and then you call them a bust or they running for their life trying to make plays and this whatever. Look at all the players. I just mentioned the Michael Vick. Look at Donovan McNabb. The 1 year he did get a receiver around him. They went to the Super Bowl. Cam Newton won the MVP and this, that, whatever. Can you name a Hall of Fame wide receiver he played with besides Steve Smith possibly? And they got rid of Steve Smith before they went to the Super Bowl. You know, so this is a lot when you talk about these players. I don't care across the board. Across the board, if you don't have the right coaching in place for them, they don't succeed. I don't care how talented they are. Look at Mahomes. We knew Mahomes could throw the football at Texas Tech, but would he be at this point if you didn't have a quarterback guru in Andy Reid with a resume of dealing with quarterbacks around him? Throw him somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? We knew he got the arm talent, but he's not in the right system. He doesn't flourish. What the skill set of players around? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to say. Matt Ryan for existed. Matt Ryan had a lot of talent around him, you know what I'm saying, to succeed. Take Matt Ryan off and you put him on Indianapolis, and we thought he was going to succeed up there because of what they had. They just didn't have the play caller or the coaching staff to mirror Matt Ryan's skill set at that point. So it happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. Oh, another one. Joe Montana with San Francisco, leaving there and going to Kansas City. You see, it's a lot that goes on in this league. But that's it, man. Shame on Brian Flores, I would say. Because when these players come out and then dealing with that stuff that he put out there with the organization, which all of it could be true. You're going to treat me like this, I'm going to treat the quarterback out like this. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot that went on in that organization. And you see now, when you start cutting off cancerous limbs, what happens?
I just counted it. I just counted in my head, and I think Tua is probably top 15, maybe not top 10. Sorry.
We're not gonna start it today.
Well, more along the lines, we know preseason football is in full effect. We are coming into the last week of preseason, which we all know what that means. It means that the games will be starting soon. Did y'all see the schedule for the first NFL weekend?
No, we're waiting on you, big dog.
Okay, well, we got football Friday.
Well, we know the Eagles in Brazil versus Green Bay.
Well, I'm not talking about the games. I'm just saying football is back. We got football Friday. An NFL game, on a Friday to start the season. And then we got a full day of college football Saturday. 13 games being played on Sunday and a game on Monday.
Yes.
I think you're right, Abe. I think it is 2 games on Monday. So
the first
we are back, baby. We are all the way back. It is friggin' here. Man, real quick. The Steelers got to make a decision on this. So, I mean, still having some offensive problems. And again, it's just preseason. But we saw last year, the story was, get rid of Matt Canada. Our offensive coordinator sucks. Get rid of Matt. I work with a guy who's a big Steelers fan, and he was saying it all year long. Get rid of Matt Canada. As soon as they fired Matt Canada, they did the same damn thing that they did with Matt Canada. So to come out in this new season with 2 new quarterbacks, you got rid of the other 3. Well, I'm sorry, they still got Mitch Trubisky. They got rid of Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett. come out and only put up 3 points, what are you doing? But here's the main thing. Justin Fields went 11 for 17 with 92 yards. I'm sorry, 92 yards. Russell Wilson, 8 of 10 for 47 yards.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. They're completing passes, but they can't complete a pass down the field. And you got to have – and some of this also comes to the running game because you got to be able to put your quarterback in a position to make a play. And as we know, to have a successful offense or a successful passing game, you have to have somewhat of a run game.
I got 2 words for y'all. 2 words. 2 words on why neither one of them have excelled as the starter. 2 words. Y'all ready for them 2 words?
I'm thinking. Go ahead. Yeah.
Arthur Smith.
That's what I was going to say.
He is not. I repeat, he is not a good developer of quarterbacks. He's not a QB whisperer. He's more of a run game coordinator who calls the plays. All right, now he gonna have a run game top tier with
We got Najee Harris in there.
And they got another back who's pretty fast.
Cordell Patterson just came out.
Oh, they got Cordell Patterson?
Mm-hmm.
They picked him up.
Okay. Yeah, so Arthur Smith is not a QB's best friend with as far as being an OC. I feel like the best OCs are QB whisperers. Mike McDaniel, Kevin O'Connor in Minnesota.
Say what you want. I'm calling Mike McCarthy on that one.
Mike McCarthy, Stefanski. What's Green Bay's guy name? LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, the Falcons had LaFleur, Mike McDaniel. Okay, never mind. We ain't gonna even get on that. Okay, so Arthur Smith, and I don't know what the hell made Mike Tomlin go out there and get him. Like our offense was just on fire last year. You know, it was really about the same as Pittsburgh. And I watched Justin Fields complete passes down the field against my Falcons last year. So he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Russell Wilson's strength is play action, you know, getting on the run a little bit, maybe a little freestyling, but really he want to throw the ball down the field as well. So Arthur Smith not going to be good for them, man. And I will give him 2 maybe 3 seasons for them to see that and get him out of there.
I think they could do it sooner.
Agreed.
Now what fan base is already looking for an offensive coordinator.
Now, what I will say is that he'll be decent with a veteran QB. But as far as
Russell Wilson is a veteran.
Yeah, but I think they want to give the job to Fields though, which he is kind of a veteran, but as he's not fully developed yet. And I think go ahead, kid.
Remember, Russell's just on a 1-year contract.
He is. You're right. And I feel like this is Fields' last year of his deal as well. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Art Smith has gotten this job off the back of King Henry. Wait a minute. King Henry. And a 1 year of a Ryan Tannehill flash in the paint. He's mirrored that from getting these jobs, even the head coach with the Falcons, and then up here with this. This looks like a damn train wreck so far. They don't go on. You supposed to know who your starting quarterback is. This was the walkthrough now of what you are putting on the field game 1. And if I'm the Falcons, I'm chomping at the bit. And we will get to the Falcons, what they have done. And I'm chomping at the bit for what I see. In the last 3 years, Najee Harris ain't been able to run a damn ball when he gets a snap. It takes him the longest to get 5 yards. I cannot remember him breaking anything for 20-yard runs. I don't think he has that many career 20-yard runs because it's not there. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen? Pickett is a hit. Pickett is a head case / hard head diva wide receiver.
Pickens.
It's not gonna go well. It's really ain't. You already had the other receiver up there cutting the fool last year. You know what I'm saying? They seem to get receivers that are talented, but they be a little head casey. You know what I'm saying? The last time that you see when Pittsburgh had a hellified offensive coordinator, they damn near went to the Super Bowl. Bruce Arians was the offensive coordinator before he went to Tampa. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they're doing. We here see, okay, now Arthur Smith got Justin Fields. Let's see what he can do with him. He has no clue what's going on. It just, that's what I see. It's hard for me, and I don't understand how these coaches, it's like a revolving door. They get fired from somewhere where they just destroy the organization, and then they put them back in a position to coach. You know what I'm saying? Give them a year off to get their stuff together. We will see how this works, but I'm telling you, I think the Falcons gonna blow the doors off their ass when they come down here. That's just what
I got my buddy from work. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
And there's too many storylines that's coming here with this mess. You know what I'm saying? We got Sierra Wilson on the field. We got, you know what I'm saying, Arthur Smith returning. We got a prodigal son of Justin Fields coming back to the Atlanta area where he played high school ball. It's so many storylines here.
And where he was to be drafted.
And consider where we wanted him drafted here. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of stuff. And Russell Wilson could have got signed here compared to Kirk. It's so many stuff. This is going to be a media circus for this first game.
My boy Phil, he's supposed to be at the race with us, but he decided not to go because it's the first week of the NFL, right? Which I completely forgot. And if you didn't know, now you do know.
Okay. Fucked up, man.
But I told him, I said, he said, I'm gonna stay home and watch the Steelers game. I said, are you really gonna miss out on the race just to watch the Falcons fucking pummel y'all? I think the Falcons are gonna run away with this game.
Okay, I might have to get a refund, Kev.
Oh, ain't no refunds. The tickets are already bought, player. We don't do refunds around here.
I have a phone.
Because I don't get you get your money back. I don't get my money back.
You
good. Look, you ain't got to worry. I've already got it figured out. I've got Red Zone. It's going to be on in the truck. Whenever we get up there's only going to be a few games on. We'll have it going. Don't worry. Don't you worry. I've already thought ahead, player.
All right. So this is my last thing on this. Do you remember when was the event that we went to for TJ when we went out there to Conyers to
that was the playoffs. The Black Wall Street.
That was the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Derek when Arthur and Twin Trip came up there?
Yeah.
Now, me and them discussed. We was going back and forth. I don't know if you remember. I want them to be watching.
Arthur is a Steelers fan.
He is. But even before we signed Kirk Cousins, it was the whole Russ or Kirk Cousins argument that I was having with them. And I told him, I said, I would rather have Kirk. And I said, Kirk is better. And now, don't you know, Arthur and Twin, they chumped me off.
Mm-hmm.
But now, come back full circle. Anybody on this show right here and anybody watching, you gonna tell me you taking Russell over Kirk right now? No, you're not. You're not. Super Bowl or not, I don't care. You're not taking Russell over Kirk. Thank you.
I said I have no problem standing 10 toes down that I said they should have got Russell, and I was saying Russell all for money applications. I'm just saying for money. I didn't care nothing about that. It's just money to me because I didn't want to spend all that money. But what we have seen, he might be washed, ladies and gentlemen. He might be washed. And again, this is another example of what we were just talking about. The system. that he was playing in Seattle. He had a beast mode back and a defense. All they asked him to do was not turn the ball over. When the Legion of Boom got dismantled and Skittle E-Man left, hell broke loose. It was not working no more. And let Russ cook and all this stuff, no. And then they tried to bring it back a little bit, and it was over. You don't have but a good 5-year window for that stuff to work. So yeah, it's showing. It's showing. He's a businessman now.
Man, I don't give it. That man can taste the rainbow all he wants. Marshawn Lynch is one man I am not messing with. Let me tell you. All right, Abe, let me talk about these Falcons again for a second. They did not play Penix or Cousins in this preseason game against the Ravens. We saw Taylor Heineke and John Paddock. Also, real quick to the Ravens, I believe it was a 13-year streak of not losing in the preseason. They lost their first preseason game a week ago. They won against the Falcons the other day, but they lost the week before, their first preseason game in like 13 years. That's just all right. Why didn't you play either one of your quarterbacks? Seeing all you need to see, resting them.
Yeah, man. We saw what we need to see. I think Kurt wasn't gonna play anyway. I think just the history behind when the Falcons play the Ravens in the preseason, how we always get somebody hurt, even going all the way back to Michael Vick. That's when he broke his leg. So it's for me, I was good with it. I feel like that little small sample size of what I saw in Miami is good enough for me. I know he can go out. I know Penix and Kurt can go out there and perform with the first group and be successful, make all the throws, both of them. I do want to see Kurt move around a little bit, but yeah, man, just better safe than sorry with that, man. Baltimore is just a scrappy team all around on Kevin. They third string in there, so you don't want any freak injuries or anything to happen that you don't need to. So I was good with it. I'm good with none of them, Bijan, any of them playing preseason. Really, I feel like they can get it on in camp, and I'd rather see them. I'd rather see them get hurt in a live game or game that matters versus preseason than they just out. So we I'm gonna knock on wood again. We really got two injury-prone quarterbacks, first and second string. So we want to keep them upright, and we ain't gonna waste it on preseason. We good.
Now, D, let me ask you this: do the Falcons need to worry about their kicker? Young Wei Koo, he had 5 kicks this week and he missed 3 of them.
Yes. It's becoming an issue. We all the way back, I would say 2 years ago when he was a Pro Bowl kicker, he tends to get in a slump when they really need him. I don't know. And this goes back to, again, ain't no pressure on him. You follow me? Ain't nobody putting no pressure on him to, do what he needs to do. If they had a kicker in camp that was kicking and making their kicks, they can make the adjustment. And I know he's somewhat of a fan favorite. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. So we'll see what's going on. Let me say this. I understand what the Falcons are doing because we don't know if Kurt is all the way 100% healthy. We don't know. They haven't made a statement yet. And you don't get, again, with Penix also being that he's had injuries in the past, you don't want to just take him out there and do whatever. You got to get players out there to evaluate what you're trying to do because they took the 4th preseason game away. And this is the part here. You want to get as much game freedom on these guys that are on the whatever. We already know Kurt and Michael Penix are on the team. There's nothing else to see. There's nothing we need to do. We got a little sprinkle of Michael Penix. I've already discussed this, Abe, that he, to me, is already ready to play a little bit. You know what I'm saying? As far as the offense that they're trying to run. So you can tell the kid is already in his playbook. He's got a chemistry with the ones and the twos probably, and it's enough talent around them. With the goal with what Bo is saying right there, I agree with you. That team, yeah, that's the most he's ever had on the team too. And talented. A Super Bowl winning quarterback, perennial Pro Bowl quarterback, All Pro quarterback, MVP running quarterback, and a quarterback with a skill set that can be built up to be something else than a busted, as everybody's called him. So this is the much arm, legs that he's had to get back there. But with the Falcons, yeah, I understand what they're doing, and even if we're gonna go into this, Raheem Morris, ladies and gentlemen. And what's the offensive coordinator? The offensive coordinator, the GM. Fano. When I tell you the Falcons are loading up and putting bullets in a gun that I've never seen in the past 5-6 years. Listen, the stuff that they picked up, the 2 players they picked up in this past week and a half, hey, Raheem Morris said, I'm not going to lose my job off no bullshit. Y'all got it? Let's go get it. You see what I'm saying? If they want them, give them to me. I kind of figured Justin Simmons was going to be here. I seen it coming. You got Bates. Their other cornerback situation is shaky, but I'm confident now the Falcons will win the division and have a deep playoff run. Kind of scary. Barring any other injury. But on both sides of the ball, they have put themselves in the level. Kev, I'm going to say this right here on this show. They have overcome the Cowboys as the number 15 in the NFC. Being the Eagles number 1. You got Green Bay over there in Detroit, San Francisco 4, and now I'm going to put the Falcons at 5 over you guys. And the reason I'm saying we don't know what I'm telling the truth. Cam, I'm talking about on off-season moves. Listen to me. Off-season moves. Cam, I'm sorry. We know y'all the Cowboys and y'all got talent. But I'm saying of an off-season move, if you put the Falcons and the Cowboys on paper right now, and I'm talking about CeeDee Lamb ain't in camp, so you can't count him as a Cowboy. I'm talking about on paper, the Falcons will beat the damn hell out of y'all. And with Michael Parsons. Think about it. I just want you to think about it. You don't have a damn running back. The Falcons got 2 all-pro running backs damn near. Look at the receiving corps.
You got Zeke back?
Yeah, you got Zeke. Come on.
Rico Dowell and what's his name? Little boy.
Little Shouter.
Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah. Deuce Vaughn. So
I'm glad you're saying this because all of this is gonna get solved on November 3rd.
That's true.
We'll pull this conversation back, and once we whoop that out, matter of fact, we'll be at the game if we're still planning that.
Yeah, but we're planning that. But what I'm saying is, when you start seeing teams make moves like this, it's something that they're trying to build. And I see that Raheem Morris said, "I'm not going to lose my job." Flores is already on the hot seat. He ain't got too long. I'm not going to lose my job. So I'm going to get every bullet I can get. If it's a 3rd round pick, go get it. If it's this person, go get it. Let's see how this works because we need players. 3 years of Arthur Smith, we didn't see them making moves like this. And I'm talking about the season's finna start. So, like, hey, they have did some kind of evaluation. We're not getting pressure. Now, the kid out of Oregon supposed to be the main cog in the system. He goes down barring injury. But think about it. If they would have kept that kid and still got my boy Matt. You know what I'm saying? We already kind of figured Justin was going to be on somebody's team. That's an all-pro safety. And you got Bates here with him.
4th overall in active players for interceptions with 30.
How he's still on the market? You know what I'm saying? It could have been money, this, that, whatever, and it could have been a fit scheme, whatever. But he should not have went this long on the market. Hell, I want us to go get him, but we didn't go get him because we went back and got that gremlin that we got. So we got that pit bull back with our team, which we should have never let it go. But this guy right here fits what the Falcons are doing, Simmons. Great pickup. I'm still standing by my 12-4 record with the Falcons. They will win the division, barring any injury.
Don't like that shit.
I'm just telling you the truth.
I'm giving them 10-7. I'm giving 10-7. I think 12-4 is a little too high.
No, because you gotta think about it. The division is pretty damn weak. Baker Mayfield,
they can win the division at 10-7. The Bucks won. Was it like 6-10 last year?
But what I'm
they were 9.
But listen to me. Listen to me. The Falcons team was talented. They just need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk will get you there. It's just what he does when he gets to the playoff with us.
And if he can't, we have someone else who we can put in.
That's why I'm saying
I ain't arguing it. Okay,
even that the Falcons have put themselves in a position where guess what? Kirk got fire under his ass. He hasn't dealt with the Falcon media or the fan base when they started calling for the draft pick. And then just to be real, he's of some other type of ilk that we had in a long time. So I'm just telling you. And when I say we, I'm talking about Atlanta. Not talking about the Falcons. I'm talking about Atlanta. I got to be clear about this before I get caught up with him.
So is Dez not count as?
No, sir. No, sir. You gotta think about it. You gotta watch this. You got a white chocolate Hershey Kiss, and you got the original Hershey Kiss.
There you go. I feel.
Oh,
inside our Oreo.
I've been called that a couple times. We've had some interesting. The Bears are playing. The Bears are playing fucking football. They know what they know what it is now. I mean, again, you can't take too much in preseason, but this is the second week in a row that they are firing on all cylinders. Caleb Williams is getting in the game. He's making some good throws, good decisions. I hate the guy. No, I don't want to say I hate the kid. I don't believe in the kid. I've voiced it many times on the show. I think he will end up being a bit of a bust.
Hey.
But I'm wrong so far.
I think you're wrong.
I'm wrong so far. Go ahead. Now, Kev, to your defense, and Abe can attest to this, the live bullets ain't started yet.
Mm-hmm.
So when them live bullets start, you will see, can they keep him upright? Can we keep it this, that, whatever? Now, I must say he looks as advertised, but he has a lot of talent around him. We were just talking about Tua. Look what they've already put in place. He's another rookie quarterback coming off a college season, and he has talent around him. There go another GM doing what he needs to do to say we're gonna make this kid successful. So this is the most talent offensively the Bears have had in a long time.
I'm gonna say since they had Alshon
in history. No, that wasn't no talented team like that. They had him in.
I'm not saying talented team, but Alshon Jeffries was a talented receiver.
They had Brandon Marshall with him. And they had Jay Cutler crazy ass.
And Jay Cutler wasn't terrible when he first came out.
But look at this.
I see what you did there. You went South Carolina.
Yeah, you picked that.
And Alshon was also an Eagle. I threw it in there for D2. Alshon was also an Eagle.
No, you did. I knew exactly what you were doing. You need to cut some shit. You see what he did? He cut. Yeah, he always with the stuff. It's okay. We understand that you like to give your players props and things of that nature. I have no problem.
You're supposed to drop the roost as soon as you said Alshon name.
You can't do that. You can't do that. But yes, you gotta think with the additions of Swift, Azuzier getting picked up in the and I'm talking about he's going to be a major player, along with Moore, the wide receiver from Carolina, and the Keenan Allen, man, who these folks gonna check?
I forgot about Keenan Allen going over there.
Yes, and he's gonna be a safety valve, which every rookie quarterback needs. Tony Gonzalez when Matt Ryan was here. You know what I'm saying? You got to think out there in San Diego, this LA Chargers, what Antonio Gates was to Phillip Rivers, right? You know what I'm saying? Go back. It's always a safety valve. And you have a veteran receiver that can help Moore and Azuzier. You see, you got one in the middle that can show them. And I'm talking about Keenan Allen is a route runner. He's not a burner. He's a route runner. It's a totally different thing. He's going to get open when you really need him, and you got a back there now that can catch out the backfield, that can do certain things. That is a whole different dynamic. And the defense is no slouch either.
You right. All right. Big things. Fellas, y'all got anything else? Oh, shit. Babe?
I mean, like D said, man, they surrounded him. Why didn't you just feel like that? I don't damn know. But I think to answer my own question is they believe more in what Caleb can do versus Fields. That's just point blank, period. So they have set him up for some type of success. Tough ass division though, with Detroit, who was a few plays away from making the Super Bowl. Green Bay, who Jordan Love getting better and better. So that division, man, is gonna be tough. You know, as formidable as they've done their roster, especially offensively, I still don't see them making the playoffs with the other teams in their division, because two could easily go out the north, and they can very well not be one of them.
Very true. Very true. They've got a tough division to get through. All right. Commanders still in shambles. They did name Jaden Daniels as their starting quarterback. Yeah, man, not too much else. Big storylines. The Packers only put up 2 points the other night. Last night against the Broncos, which, you know, Jordan Love on the field is a much different team.
This is just like I say now. Even this third game, you're just gonna see guys trying to make the team and so forth. I heard Bo Nix had a nice little showing and did what he needed to do. It's gonna be interesting. And what's the Cobra Commanders up there naming him the starter? What else you was gonna do?
I'm gonna say Cobra Commanders.
What else you gonna do? Question, because we didn't vote. We go road trip aid. What we ain't heard no feedback. I need what we got going on.
Oh yes. The ABA Bulldogs went on another road trip. Abe, kind of work did y'all get this weekend?
Unfortunately, I had some occupational stuff I had to tend to. I had to work, so I wasn't able to make it. It's always rough at my job this time of year because students moving back in, so we help with making sure they straight getting back in there. But yeah, man, they went up to Chattanooga and played a team out of Missouri, the Kansas City Dynasty.
Whoa!
And beat them 30-0, man. Shout out to Hill. Shout out to the whole gang, coaches, kids, them parents, for going up there and whooping ass with class, man. You know, played in the United Tykes tournament of just one game, actually, kind of like a showcase game for 12. And we went up there and represented, man. So now, with us being off this week, we're getting ready for the Cam Newton Labor Day Classic, in which we'll face out with the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes.
Dang. Now, is that going to be on Monday or the couple days before, like the third?
I think it'll be like that Saturday. It'll probably be Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
So
we coming.
I'll definitely keep y'all. So I'll definitely keep y'all updated on when, where, how. And like I said, man, shouts out to the whole crew for holding it down. Where I had to go make some monions. I'm definitely be back at it this week. Looking forward to practice tomorrow. I'm gonna watch the game on film so I can, go in there helping the boys on improving and getting ready for Fort Lauderdale next week.
There you go, D. You got it.
Oh man, thank everybody for tuning in.
It ain't the last take yet, buddy.
Oh, sure, sorry, sorry, y'all. Sorry. My mind is going around. No, man, I have to commend again. It's funny because Kev, when I was calling you when I went out to the Liquid Springs, and we seen when me and Abe was leaving, and apparently this lady was at the gate talking about, do you know Marcus? Who is Marcus? I don't know. He down on the field again. She's like, we came all the way down here, and our kid ain't got in the game. That's what be disturbing me. Y'all are traveling to these different places. You say y'all played a team from Missouri, and they're coming, and you're getting your butt tore out the frame. It don't matter whatever site you're coming to. That's a hard pill to swallow. I would think, and then if your kid doesn't get in, and as parents, I would say this: you know your talent of your kid. Don't come harassing this man right here, any other coach for that matter, about why your kid ain't playing game time. Come to practice, do your own evaluation, and you will see what's going on. We and myself, Kev, even Skip, we have seen some talented young kids out here on this field, and I'm talking about from the ages 5 all the way up to 13. And if your kid is not playing, you need to take a step back and pay attention. This might not be the sport for him, but football do make men. And you never know. He might not be playing right now, but when he get to high school on a different level or whatever, he's got the skill sets and the training and the work ethic in place because of what this man has instilled in him. You got a superstar problem on your hand with the less wear and tear on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because your daddy was a linebacker at Georgia, don't mean you gonna be. All right. Last thing of the night here, fellas. Woo, buddy, did we have a fight? The rest of the card for UFC 305 was a little boring to me. I was just there for the main event. Dricus Du Plessis and Israel Adesanya. Now, for those who don't know, when Israel Adesanya lost his title to Sean Strickland back in January. No. I guess that would have been last year. Anyways, when Adesanya lost his title, Dricus Du Plessis was supposed to be the one fighting, not Sean Strickland. Du Plessis was ranked 2, or he was the number 1 contender, but he was hurt, so Strickland took the call because he was the next man up. Fast forward to January, Dricus Du Plessis wins the title from Strickland, and I'm still saying that's bullshit because even Dana White said it was bullshit. But here nor there. Du Plessis and Adesanya finally got their time to step in the ring, and Dricus Du Plessis edged him out with a rear naked choke to tap out Adesanya. D, why you shaking your head?
I'm calling bullshit, and I'm gonna tell you why. Iggy was whooping his ass. We sitting there like, oh, he whooping his ass. My cousin watching. He like, hey man, buddy playing around. I said, no, look at the point. Look at the stripes. Why you getting there playing with him? You know, pointing at him and doing all this shit, taking punches, and you get your ass slipped up, and then the man get on you. It's clearly the last couple of fights that Iggy has been in. These guys are bigger than him, girth-wise, and you're faster. But it seems like as soon as they get a hold of his ass, he struggles. He struggles, and these last couple of fights have been a struggle for him. And I don't know, Kev, you can attest, do they get cocky? Are they corner men talking to them and telling them you up or what? Because we was like sitting there like, oh, this is over with. All he got to do is survive. This is over.
And you're right. Izzy had that fight in the bag. Yes, the corner always tell, I always say a bad corner tells you you're winning.
Okay.
Me personally, if I was in the position to be a fighter or a coach, I would want my guy to think he has to fight for his life, no matter what. No matter what. It don't matter if the other guy's missing a leg. You better fight for your life, because if he turns around and does a handstand and kicks you in the mouth, you just lost to the one-legged dude. You know what I mean? Anything can happen in this sport. We've seen it time and time again. People getting them paws put on them. All it takes is one hit. One hit to change it. Now, the fight that needs to happen next. Strickland and Duplessis 2. Adesanya, he's done. I'm surprised he didn't retire then. Everybody thought he was going to retire if he lost that fight. He's 1 for 4 in his last 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, that one win was over Alex Pereira, but they settled that. Alex Pereira came back and choked his ass out. Now there's been talks of Pereira coming back down to 185 to challenge either Duplessis or Strickland and be a 2-class champion. I think Pereira takes out Strickland or Duplessis. I think Duplessis is going to lose his title to Strickland whenever they fight again. Just because of how the first fight went. It was obviously Strickland's fight. But what killed Sean Strickland was not having takedown defense. That was the key to everything. He was not defending any takedowns. He was just like, all right, fuck it, take me down, I'll punch you, and we'll get back up. So, all right, D. I'm sorry, Abe, speak on this if you would like.
I got nothing.
The style bender has lost his style. That's what I'm going to say about Izzy. Abe, give me your D, give me your last take.
Thank everybody for tuning in. We are on the cusp of football season. We ready for it. We happy we gonna see some metal on metal, pad on pad action. We get to see everything. We're gonna start giving out predictions and takes for the year. And go Dogs, Bird game. We out.
My last take is week 0, baby. Thank you everybody for coming tuning in this week. We get to see us some good college football, some real football, not preseason. NFL, some live real bullets in the gun. I'm excited. Football season is upon us. And one thing I know about football season, once the first week starts, is they just keep rolling, man. They just keep rolling, and around October will be like the sportsman's dream, where you will have NBA, NFL, college football, and probably like the World Series all going on at one time. The sportsman's dream. So we all know when fall come, man, it's time for football, and I'm just excited. Go MF and Dogs. Thank y'all.
All right, fellas, for my last take, I'm going to do something for y'all. But it's just, I feel like with the season starting, everyone needs to hear Kirby Smart's national championship pregame speech.
Trust your preparation. Your ass is prepared for this shit for fucking 365 days. I think about them fuckers in that locker room. Think about getting our opportunity. All the shit you went through this week to get ready for this game, now is when you pay the fucking price. You go out there with energy, enthusiasm. Hey, guys, ain't nobody in this room should be cautious. Ain't nobody in this room should be nervous about shit. Go out here and fuck their ass up. Don't think about scoreboard. Don't think about shit. You think about knocking the shit out of them. Did you hear what Box said on Monday? When I sat in that fucking meeting, I wanted to go fucking play right then. Tore your shit up out here. ball. The shit's easy. Look at the right shit. Punish their ass on offense and kick their ass on special teams, guys. It's about who the fuck we are. I believe in you. Let's go.
All right.
Put my foot in somebody's ass right now.
Man, my manager at work better not say shit to me tomorrow. I'm going to tackle his ass.
Nothing. And I must say, we got to figure out to get that video from my boy, the special team coach that you said in front of Falcons. That is a classic rant ever of the preseason. When he cussed out the special team coach. I wish he was still on the Falcons. I think he went on and retired, got him the Super Bowl ring down there in Tampa. So, yes.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back. Oh, bitch. My bad. Wrong button. We will be back next Monday night at 8 p.m. Same time, same place. Until then, keep your beer cold and the wings lemon pepper, baby. We out.